Hi guys, it's Emmeline. It's been a while since I last did a talking video, but this is something that I'm very excited to talk about, which is minimalism. I don't think I've said this enough or before in my channel, but I have been a practicing minimalist since I was in middle school, and now I'm like a full-time working adult. So that's how long I've been trying to incorporate the values of minimalism into my life, which is just primarily being mindful and intentional and just a balanced lifestyle. But I do feel that I've reached a point where I feel like I have products that I can repurchase over and over again for the next couple of years. So I kind of want to share how I was able to get here where it's like I have my set or capsule minimalist skincare routine, and I hope this can be helpful to other people too, or at least informative in some ways. But this is usually the guidelines that I follow. I try not to be super strict with it because, I like to be able to try different things if something's not working out. So I say like this is more like a guideline that I try to follow to the best of my abilities. But like I said, I'm also human. Fall victim to consumerism and I end up buying things that maybe I don't need. Um, but I just, try my best to follow the process. So some of the general rules that I stick to when it comes to having a minimalist skincare routine is just buying products in travel size first or in samples before I buy the full size product, just because a full size is usually it takes months or years to finish. So sometimes like before the expiration date, like before it'll expire before you even finish it. So I try to go for travel size first or samples, and then see how my skin reacts to it. And then usually I try to finish products before I repurchase a new one as well. So those are the like purchasing rules that I have for myself. And then also when it comes to choosing and selecting the products, I usually try to stick to clean ingredients, which is no alcohol or no strong scents, and also just coming from um, like a traceable ingredient. And yes, I have been learning a little bit more about like natural products, like pure concentrated products, but I'm not knowledgeable enough about it to start using them. So I'm still doing my research, but for now, this is the products that I use and the routine that I follow. So in the morning, I usually try to wash my face without a cleanser. Usually it's just warm water followed by cold water. That the reason for that is because overnight I do feel like the moisturizer that I applied the night before usually goes away or it gets soaked into my face. So when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel like I have a lot of products on my face anyway. So I use warm water to get rid of all of the oils in my face, and then after I feel like it's been clean enough, I follow it with cold water because it helps lock my pores and lock in that moisture. So that's usually all I do in the morning. Wash my face with warm water and cold water, and then just brush my teeth. Um, After that, I do try to put on moisturizer and SPF. This one is a combination of both, so it's in one product, and I really like this. This is my first time doing this, where it's a two in one. But this is a product that I have been using for the last couple of months, and I really really like it. This one has carnosine and red algae for its main ingredients. And then the SPF is 30. So it's not as high as what I usually use, but we'll see if that has an impact on my skin. But I don't want to say the brand of this because I don't want to influence people to buy the same products if it doesn't work for their skin. I want people to go out there and base it off the ingredients and what their body needs. Everybody has different skin types. I have dry skin, so I usually go for the heavier concentrated products like gels, um, because that's what my body needs or my skin needs. So usually I go in with this in the morning, and then after that I do my makeup routine. So this is for my this is my day cream. And then after that, when I get back home, I use a cleanser. It's in the bathroom right now. I don't want to take it out. But it's a mousse cleanser. It's from the same brand. I love it. Or actually, it might not be from the same brand. It's from a different brand, but from the same company. And this is a company that I actually work with, so I'm not too sure if I'm allowed to say it. But if anyone is interested, I'll definitely check out if I can share that information. The mousse cleanser is just a regular cleanser. I forget the ingredients of it, but it's not a lot of ingredients basically. And I just use it when I'm in the shower. So what I do is when I get home from work or whatever it is, I'll hop in the shower, wash my face, and then after I wash my face or get out of the shower, then I'll use a micellar water to cleanse the rest of my makeup. I'm pretty sure most girls use the micellar first before they get into the shower, but for some reason it bothers me. It feels like it doesn't clean it enough. So what I do is I clean my makeup, usually at the end of the day anyway, like all my makeup's gone. So I feel like it's being cleansed when I'm in the shower. But after I hop off the shower, I'll use a micellar cleanser just to kind of wash off the rest of the makeup, whether if it's like the eyebrow or whatever it is, or lipstick. I usually use like a cotton pad, and then I'll put some of this micellar water and then clean the rest of my face before I apply moisturizer. So this is also from the same brand as this. And I do think there's some benefits to using just one brand, just because all of their ingredients kind of work in tandem. So I feel like it helps your skin kind of find like a stable ground when it comes to like the products that it consumes, right? So the main ingredients for this is just micellar and watermelon. Yes, it's a makeup remover plus a cleanser. So it does cleanse. And then the rest of the ingredients I can't read because it's in a foreign language. But this is also vegan. All of these products are vegan, which I love, and they're cruelty free, so it's good. And after I cleanse my face with micellar water, then I'll go in with a moisturizer. So same brand as this and the micellar water. This is a night cream. It's a hydrating gel cream, and the main ingredients for this is blue agave and rice protein. Again, like these are all like just very clean ingredients, and that's why I love using these, is because it feels like I'm putting in like food into my skin and not just like toxic chemicals from the labs. So I really really love this. It's a small bottle. It's pretty pricey, but for the amount of moisture that's in each like scoop, it does feel like it's really worth it. So this is what I use for my night cream. So I have a day cream, a night cream, and then a cleanser in the shower, and then micellar water. So that's usually the main big products that I use. After I do my moisturizer, like I said, I have dry skin around my nose and then my eyes and my lips. So what I use is this salve from an apothecary by C.O. Bajlo. It's in the lavender scent. This one, I've been using this since I was high school. Like I said, I try not to use strong scents, but I just love this product. Like salves are very good for, it just feels like it locks in the moisture. And I've tried other eye creams and they just sting my skin. So I'm kind of scared to try other things, but I know this one, it does the work. If my skin is peeling, I just put this on. It feels very soothing in the skin. And it's all purpose. So that's good. It says it's 0.75% lavender extract. Yeah, so I like this. You can put this in your cuticles, elbows, knees, face, lips, multi-purpose. So this is what I use at night. And then sometimes on special occasions when I feel like my hair, my eyebrows or my lashes are feeling a little bit like thin or yeah, thin, then I go in with a castor oil. So this is a castor oil from a drugstore, and then I just put this in a Amazon container. Um, this I've had this since I was in middle school or something, or no, high school. I started doing this since I was in high school, and it does help my hair growth in my eyebrows and my lashes. And that's also part of the rule. It's just like trying to enhance the things that you can control, which is like hair growth. And I think just doing things or prioritizing the things that you can make yourself look healthier, whether it's like whitening your teeth or putting castor oil in your lashes to make it grow, just having fuller look. But besides that, I think that's everything that I do on a day-to-day basis. I used to have more, but I've decided that this routine is what works best for me. And with my schedule, like I don't have a lot of time to sit here and do a bunch of things to my face. So this is something that has worked for me for the last couple of months, and I'm very proud of myself that I've come a long way and I've found to settle with this routine. But besides these products, these products can help you out when it comes to maintaining your skincare routine. But I think the most important foundation when it comes to your skin and beauty is the food that you eat and how you take care of your body. And so some of the general rules that I follow or guidelines that I follow when it comes to being mindful and intentional of my skin and beauty is sleep, getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night for women especially, because sleep is when your body is repairing itself, and if you don't get enough sleep you're gonna get dark circles and everything. So instead of buying expensive eye creams, I usually just go to sleep, try to get as much sleep as I can. That'll get rid of the dark circles or wrinkles that you might have in your face. So that is the most inexpensive and healthy way of maintaining beauty and sleep. So sleep is important, and then I also try to drink lots of fluids. This is something that I'm still working on, but I do try to keep up with it, or at least I'm conscious about it on a daily basis. So just drink water. It helps make your skin look supple, and it's a natural moisturizer for your skin. So fluids, and then I also try sunbathing. This can be a little bit like tricky depending on your skin type. I'm naturally like just a bit more darker, so I don't feel like my skin can survive in the sun. um, but sunbathing, especially in the morning, like as soon as the sun is like rising from like 6 to like 8 a.m., I would say. I usually go out there after I put my SPF and everything. I'll go out, get some sun in my face and then in my back, my body, whatever it is. And I feel like it's a very natural way of consuming vitamin D or C. I don't know. But I just know it's good for you. It's good for you. If you are deficient in any of the vitamins, definitely it's good to know where you are deficient, because you can now like work on how to kind of balance everything out in terms of your vitamins or your hormones. So that's also one way, is like educating yourself with where your body's at, so you can find solutions or treatments for yourself. But sunbathing, something that like my dad actually taught us a long time ago, which is really nice for you. It feels like it's like photosynthesis. We're like plants basically. So I also try sunbathing. I only get to do that over the weekends. When it's like weekdays, I don't have enough time for that. But sunbathing is good, and then also sweating. I had a very bad period of acne after COVID, and it's just like such a bad timing because I was in college at the time, and I had really bad acne, as in they're like active zits all over my face, in my forehead, my cheeks especially. I was bloated. And it was painful to even wash my face because these are like active zits, and they were like, there's like the pus coming out. It was really, really bad. And I think it took me months to get rid of it, but I think it's ultimately stems from like processed foods that I ate while we were in lockdown, and my body really took a hit from all of those kinds of foods. Like I was eating spicy ramen here like every day. So when we were able to go out, I started walking around every morning, sweating. I played tennis, just anything that I could do to like sweat. I didn't do this like consciously, but I did as soon as like it just made me feel good. Like my body felt good after a good workout, sport, because after sweating, like it feels like a lot of toxins were removed in my body. So because like I could feel that I was feeling good, I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and then I saw a difference. And so if you're dealing with acne right now, I think sweating is going to be really helpful for you, whether it's just yeah, like sunbathing or going to a sauna or a gym, maybe walking or running. Really simple workout routines. It doesn't have to be fancy. So that's that. And then I also, when it comes to food consumption, I do try to be mindful. I know that sugar is very impactful when it comes to your hormones, especially if you're, in your cycle and everything. So try to avoid sugar when you are in your ovulation phase. I think it's very helpful. If your body is not craving it, don't eat sugar or dairy. If you do, if you feel like your period's coming and you have all of these cravings, I would say for myself, like I indulge in sugar when, my body's craving it. And then after that, my body's not craving it anymore. I do think that the more you restrict yourself, the more your body is going to want to have things. So I try not to follow a specific diet. It's mainly like just listening to your body. Um, yeah, I think sugar very important, and just trying to eat more whole foods, whether it's more greens or seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, substituting like desserts for fruits like cotton candy grapes, watermelon, bananas, those things. So there's a lot of things you can do to, take care of yourself. It goes beyond like skincare products. It's also the movement that you do on a day-to-day basis and what you consume with your diet. So I hope those I provided like informative or helpful tips if anyone is trying to look for a more like holistic approach to their beauty and skincare routine. Definitely this, I know that this is going to evolve as I grow older, like my routine. And the more I discover things about myself, whether I transition to a full like natural products, then I'll share that maybe eventually. But right now, this is what works for my skin. It's not the best, like when I get my cravings before I get my period, I do break out a little bit here and there, but I know that like it also has to do with my sleep and my stress levels. So I just try to kind of put myself in a good mood, whether it's watching movies, talking to people, socializing with friends, just lowering the stress as much as you can, because it creates more wrinkles and acne. So just try to be happy and calm and peaceful, and that should pretty much take care of your skin. So I hope that's helpful for anybody who is, trying to learn more about like a more naturalistic, simpler, holistic beauty and skincare routine. Anyway, I hope that was helpful again. But if you guys have any other questions about the products that I use, definitely let me know. I'll try to give more details to anyone who's curious. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys again in the next video.